Alrighty. Howdy, y'all. It is that time of the week. Again, well, I'm a day late. It's Thursday. And it's supposed to be done on Wednesday. It's Welting Wednesday on a Thursday. We have a pair of boots here. These are, I think, Dan Posts. Let me just see. Get it off of here. Yep, Dan Posts boots. These have some cool floral embroidered designs. We did new welts, or we're doing new welts, obviously. We did new footbeds because she bought these second hand and it had the old person's footprint. So now it's a flat piece of leather. She'll be able to break it in and make her own footprint. We also did some laser engraving on the side. That's her name. It's a little rough right now because I'm working on the boots, but once I get them all finished up, I'll clean them up and it'll look a lot better. And yes, I have my dog here with me, which is that whining you hear in the background. And the only reason he's whining is because we have another dog that's in heat. And so he's kind of not himself right now. So we kind of have to separate them, and he is a big old whiny baby right now. So if you hear whining in the background, you know why. But I'm gonna pull these threads out that I used to temporarily stitch the footbeds into place, so I can have the customer come and try it on to make sure that it was the right fit. This has a very pointed toe. So what I did was I dyed the welt and I put it in some water. I know it's gross, it's just dye that seeped into the mug or the cup. But that way it'll be able to bend around the tip of the toe easily without tearing or ripping. So we're gonna get it started. You can see I skived, hold on, yeah. I skived one side down. So where the sole and the welt meet or stop, that's where it'll be a nice smooth transition and not just the hard like 90-degree stop, if that makes sense, any sense. It's gonna be a short video today because we don't have a 360-degree welt, so it's not gonna take me as long as doing a 360-degree welted boot, which goes all the way around the back as well. So I'm going to just start off. It's kind of hard with these boots to see where the next hole is because of the embroidered designs, but I'll be able to find them. Pull out this side. This is a brown waxed thread. The color really doesn't matter because you don't really see them, but the waxed thread helps to keep the knots together and tight. Get that nice and flattened out. Into the next one. Now, I would do this. I would wet the welt every single time I'm re-welting the shoe, but the problem is you gotta wait for that welt to completely dry before you can glue a sole on. So, and usually that takes a good day or two. Not a day or two, a good 4 or 5 hours. I'll leave this overnight. Start again tomorrow when it should be dry enough, but I don't always have that luxury of time. Stop, Andy. I know. I gave him a bone today. A big old bone with like meat and everything all on it, thinking it's gonna like preoccupy him. Nope. Did not work. But after a while, he lays down and just stares at the door and he's quiet. So I hope you all had a good New Year's Eve. All right, we're back. My wife just had to come in and grab something and she didn't want to be seen. So that's the only reason we had to cut out there. But yeah, it's been, I took about a week and a half off for Thanksgiving to visit some family in California. We're in Tennessee, by the way. If you haven't seen my other videos, I have a big old Tennessee flag behind my workbench. But I went and visited some family in California, and I cannot catch back up. That put me super far behind. And I mean, I get a whole batch done and then a whole batch comes in, which is amazing. I mean, we're getting tons of business here. But the ratio of boots coming in versus boots going out, there's more coming in than more coming out. And I do pretty much everything here myself. So we're trying to hire somebody here to train, but it's hard to train somebody and find someone who's wanting to work and then train them. And the thing is, to be good at this, you have to love it. I mean, you can do, it's a very simple job, but you have to have a passion for it to do good work. And to find somebody who's gonna stay longer than 2 to 3 months before they're like, hey, this is not for me, and then dips, that's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt. So we're trying to figure things out, and I'm trying to do my best to stay caught up or catch back up and figure out a way to, I guess, better manage my time and repairs. And it's just got a lot of new things to learn. But if you're new here and you just happen to come across this video, we're rewelting these boots, which means the boots, Goodyear welted construction. So you have the uppers that come down and meet with the footbed, which is that piece of leather that you walk on. Then you have a white canvas, which is this piece you see right here. So that gets glued to the footbed. I stitch mine, and then that has a 90-degree piece that kind of, so you have the uppers, you have that the 90-degree canvas glued to the footbed, and you also have, and then has a piece that comes up like this. And so that is what we're stitching the welt, which is this leather piece, to. So the uppers and the footbed and the lining, the welts, are all being stitched together. And then when we go to put new soles on, that new soles will be stitched to this welt. So it's a nice solid construction, and it's gonna last a long time. So we're coming up here to this tip of the toe, which can get tricky, but because we wetted the welts, it'll fold and mold a lot better than if it was dry. Well, I hope you guys had a good New Year's, and hope you're trying to do better things or strive to do better. Well, that's the thing. You shouldn't just wait till the new year to strive to do something better, to better yourself. You should always be trying to better yourself. Whether it's something small or big, you should always be looking to improve. I'm gonna cut out until my compressor stops. All right. Out of the whole day, my compressor, it only goes off like twice, 2 or 3 times a day. Of course, it decides to do it right now. So I'm trying to film an uncut, unedited welting video. It decides to go off, and it goes off like 2 to 3 minutes. So, well, all I did was I took all the temporary stitching off of this side here and started stitching the toes, which, even though it's wet, it's still being kind of difficult to do, to get around there, because it's such a tight turn. But I'll do a couple more stitches and I'll kind of fold it up and let it dry like that. That way, in the morning, it'll be nice and sturdy and ready for the new soles. We'll fill this inner part with some cork, put the shanks back in, heel rands, soles, heel bases, heels. We'll clean it up, put some conditioner on there, waterproof it because we have that embroidery. It's kind of got light colored, light browns on it. That way it'll stay nice and clean. Oh man, it is still tight. Yeah, but no, it's folded up. It'll be better. It'll be good. It's nice. I'll show you guys the final product once we're done. But, yeah, a lot of people don't know that we could do these or do this with shoes, replacing the footbeds. I buy a lot of second-hand shoes because a lot of companies don't make good quality boots anymore, good shoes, or they don't make certain styles, so you can only buy them second-hand. But if the person before them really wore them, those shoes have molded to that person's foot, so it can be really uncomfortable at times to wear. So when you bring them into us, we could replace that footbed, which is a piece that you walk on that's molded to your foot, and you'll be able to re-break in that piece, and it'll be a lot more comfortable for you to wear. You'll have to break it in because it's almost like a brand new pair of shoes at that point. The only thing that remained the same are the uppers. Legit, everything else is being replaced. But I like to buy secondhand so I could refurbish, and for me as a cobbler, I could just fix my own shoes when I have time. That's the funny thing, when I have time. I have a lot of projects I bought for myself. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna resole those, and those will be really cool. I have an idea. I want to do this with that one, and just don't have any time. So, I mean, the family, the business is the 5th generation. My wife and I are the 5th generations to take over. But we moved to a new state. So it's kind of like starting a new business, if you think about it. Because where we were before was we were there for 50 plus years. 1973, I think, was when the business, my wife's grandfather, I think, no, grandfather, moved the business from Mexico to California. And so that's, if you do the math, it's like, I think it's 51 years, if I did it correctly. I don't know, 1970, 1973, I can't remember the exact date, but around 50 years. So we had 50 years, give or take, of word of mouth, of a reputation in the city and what we were in. We were getting people driving from LA, which was like 3-4 hours from where we were. So we kind of up and moved. So we lost all that in a new town. We had to start pretty much all over again with customers. Luckily, a few of our customers kind of followed us from California. Well, they don't follow us, but they mail us their shoes to get fixed because we were the last ones in that town. And the ones in other towns, they weren't the best quality, so they'd rather mail their shoes to us, pay a little bit extra for shipping to get and stay with the business that they know and love. So that we're grateful for. But starting a business takes a long time. It takes a lot of work. I mean, yeah, you work for yourself, but you work 10 times harder than when you work for someone else. When you work for someone else, they have to deal with all the behind the scenes, the administrative, the taxes, the everything. So my wife and I are running the storefront and then doing all the administrative things in the back. So, and then we have to clean and take care of our families. And, yeah. All right. Anyway, you don't want to hear about my sap story. I don't have a sap story. I'm very, very, very blessed and thankful to God for the life that He's given me. I wouldn't ask for anything else. He's given me more than I could ever dream of, think of. And I know He's got great plans for me, just like He has great plans for everyone else. And I know that for a fact, because He knit each and every single one of us in our mother's womb, which means He knew us before everyone else knew us. He created us all special in our own ways and designs for us personally. So, and He loves every single one of us. He knows every single one of us. And to me, my mind just can't understand that. How do you know everyone on earth? You know each and everyone's single situation, and it's the only way I can explain it is because He's God. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna do the other one. So I have a little bit more. A couple of people were asking questions in the last one, like how I got started. So here is the new welts. They're obviously wider than what we want. So once we get everything put back together, the soles and all that good stuff, we will trim it up and do the final shape and be done with these ones. Let me grab the other ones. We had them on the stretcher because the leather piece that I used was a little bit thicker than the footbed, the paper footbed that the manufacturer uses. So when we had the customer come try them on, she says it was a little tight in the toes. So we let them stretch for a couple days. I'll probably put them back on the stretcher, trying to think of what I'm about to do while talking at the same time. So I'm gonna grab this. Where's my paper towel? I'm gonna grab a paper towel real quick. But you know, so we're gonna put them on the stretcher for a couple days, and then we're gonna re-welt them. We'll probably put them back in the stretcher again. Well, I don't know. I left them in there a couple days. A couple days should be fine. And when we put the soles on, we can always stretch them again too. After all the soles are done, I wanted to make sure I had the right fit and it wasn't like obnoxiously too small to where I had to take it apart. So there you go. We skived the ends. And then we start again. So, question that someone had on the last video was, how did I get started in the business doing shoe repair? Because before, when I was in high school, I didn't even know what the heck. I didn't even know there was such thing as shoe repair. I didn't know people fix shoes. I honestly could care less about my shoes. I was like, they're shoes. They're designed to get dirty and worn out. You throw them away, you get a new pair. I really don't care. The funny thing was, my brother was the complete opposite. He loved his shoes. He wanted them to keep to stay nice and look clean, and I always gave him crap for that. Made fun of him like a good older brother would do. You guys know, if you're an older sibling or a younger sibling, if you got crap from your older sibling, that's what you do. You're siblings. You guys help each other grow and make fun of each other. And that's okay. It's healthy. It's healthy. We love each other to this day. Yeah, sure, I might have pissed him off a lot, but like I said, it's only making him stronger. But you know, he's the middle child. I have a younger brother. That's the golden child. The younger brother's always the golden child. Always the golden child. But anyway, so what was my point? Oh, so yeah, my point was, I've made fun of my brother for wanting nice shoes and trying to take care of them, and you know, I made fun of him for that, and I just find it hilarious that, and this proves the fact that God has a sense of humor, because man, did he humble me when I got into that, when I realized what I did, and that I actually started to like shoes and taking care of them, and I was like, wow, I really did give my brother a lot of crap for the thing that I'm doing. But anyway, that was a side story. So, met my wife in high school as a freshman. Well, I can't say I met her, because she had a boyfriend, and I was like, okay, she is off limits, because I didn't want to mess her. I mean, yes, I thought she was very pretty, but I mean, she's taken. I can't do anything. So, and also I was a shy kid, so that was kind of my excuse for not talking to her. I was like, no, she's got a boyfriend. Was I scared to talk to her? A little bit of yes. But, I mean, we ended up together anyway, so it all worked out in the end. But anyway, so fast forward to my sophomore year, I had to change schools into a whole nother town 45 minutes away, because my grandfather got diagnosed with dementia. He also had liver failure, liver issues, and all that. I'm about to say wonderful stuff, but it's not wonderful at all. It's horrible. But so we had to move and help my Nana take care of him. So I moved schools. I went to a private school where I mainly just kept to myself because I wasn't a social creature. Social creature. I wasn't a social kid. Went to a private school just 2 to 3 days a week. I was able to do my homework at the house. I could have graduated early, but I decided not to because I didn't want to do the extra work. But I did that sophomore year, and sophomore and junior years, I did that. Now, senior year is when I finally went back to my hometown and went back to my old high school. I'd say with all my old buddies and friends, but I didn't really have a lot at least. Maybe one good friend that I was actually able to call it a good friend and hung out with a lot. But we both had different classes and different activities, so in high school we didn't really talk much, but we still talk and we're good friends to this day. But so at the time I had a girlfriend. Now I know you're wondering, you went to a private school, you didn't talk to me. I went to summer school. Well, not summer school, I'm sorry. A summer camp for Boy Scouts, and that's where I met this other girl. And we dated for a little bit. So senior year, I have a girlfriend, long distance relationship, which are always tough. Oh my goodness. Would you look at that? I'm trying to do good videos for you guys, and I just I can't even get the camera right. Where is that sweet spot that I just had? Oh my goodness. Why aren't you working? Come on. Oh, I know, Andy, you're crying because of that. You want to say hi to everybody? What, Andy? I know. Let me try to get this set up for the people. Okay. Stop. Please get down. Please. My goodness. I had it set up perfectly. Okay, there you go. All right, don't knock it down. Don't get down. Don't knock it, please. Lay down. All right. Sorry about that. But anyway, as I was saying. What was I saying? Oh, senior year. Had a girlfriend, long distance relationship. I ended up not working out. And right at the end of the first semester, that's right when COVID first hit and they kind of shut down all the schools. So after I broke up with my girlfriend, long distance relationship girlfriend, I had my eye on the girl I met and my wife now for a couple weeks, but I was trying to give it some time, so I don't just go from girl to girl. But so COVID hit, they shut down the schools, and I was like, well, there's nothing I can do. I can't go talk to her. So I didn't have an Instagram at that time, so I downloaded Instagram, found her, messaged her, told her who I was, and basically my intentions, I guess you could say. I wanted to date her, get her phone number, talk to her, and her parents were old school, which I don't care what you say. Old school traditions when it comes to dating is like the best way to almost guarantee no problems. So actually, the first time I went over to her house, she wasn't there. She went to the business with her mom, the shoe repair business, because her mom, she used to run it with her mom. And I spent the whole day doing yard work in the back with her dad and a couple other buddies from school that were just family friends. Actually, one of them was my wife's sister's boyfriend. So anyway, that's how we started. And our first date was with both of our moms. And I know to some people that may seem like, ugh, why would you do that? But I'm telling you, old school traditions, there's a reason they're there, because they've been tried and tested. And I'm starting to begin that something doesn't want me talking. Or something, I don't, let me try to find something. Let's see if I can do this. Will this work? You're a little bit further behind. Okay, I have to move you because that thing wasn't working out. But old school traditions, they are the way to go for the most part. In my opinion, in my experience, that's what's given me the most success in life. Sticking to old school traditions. So, yeah, old school traditions, the Bible, those are very good ways and books and ways. Yeah, it would be way. Oh, good ways to live by the Bible, old school traditions, because America was founded on Judeo-Christian, I don't know what you would call it, mindsets, my goodness, morals, Judeo-Christian morals. And if you don't know what Judeo-Christian is, it's a Christian that tries to observe the Jewish laws, because the Jesus, there's only one Jesus, he himself was a Jew. I don't know if a lot of people actually surprisingly don't know that. He was a Jew. And we are to do our best to live like Jesus did. That's why he came down to this earth, to live life and be an example of how we are to live life. And those are the laws that he followed. Well, the 10 Commandments is what he followed. A lot of people is misconstrued the right word? I don't know. Misconstrued, they misinterpreted, or they took 10 commandments and they made like 1,000 amendments to it. And that's where bad religion comes in. Try to twist and manipulate things to benefit yourself and only yourself. So I heard a thing the other day that Jesus didn't come to, he came to fulfill the law as a sacrifice for our sins, so that we may have a chance to live eternal life in heaven. But he came to really be like, okay, you guys say this, but this is what it's supposed to be. Like, because they took the 10 Commandments and twisted it. He was like, I say this, but you guys turned it into this. So he was trying to teach them and show them, this is what I meant, and this is where you guys are going wrong. A lot of people didn't like that, which ended up getting him crucified, which was all part of the plan. But I'm still reading and learning about the Bible and Jesus and all that good stuff. I'm just trying to be a good person each and every single day and live according to who Jesus was and what I feel he's calling me and leading me to be, which is not a bad way to live. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to have ups and downs, bumps and potholes in the road, which God says he will. But you gotta remember, that's the only way we learn in life and grow. And you ask God for wisdom and courage. He's not just gonna magically give it to you. He's gonna put you in situations that force you to learn wisdom and learn how to be courageous. There's a funny saying, be careful when you pray for patience, because he's not going to give you patience. He's going to give you situations that'll teach you patience. If you're not a patient person, then it's going to be tough. But as I was saying earlier, you should always be trying to better yourself, not just at the beginning of the year. You should never stay, I guess, stagnant in your life. Always be trying to improve yourself, your situation. To a certain degree, you have to be a little selfish in life to better yourself so that you can in turn help others. Because if you yourself aren't good, you're not gonna be able to help others. So take care of yourself, because we are a temple. Our body is the temple, and we have to take care of it. Coming to the end of this second boot. This one didn't take as long as that other one because it's not as many stitches. These boots, they only go around really the full front, not the back side. But yeah, I think that's. Let me know if you have any other questions you want to ask me. I'll see if I could do it in the next video, or maybe I'll start doing these things live. But I pray you guys have a good year, and there's going to be a lot of struggles coming this year because it's an election year. So just remember, whoever gets elected, which I don't know why I'm getting into this thing, but I'm not going to pick a side because you shouldn't pick sides. But whoever gets elected, just remember, God and Jesus is king. And in the end, evil will not triumph as long as good people don't stand by and do nothing. And that's as far as I'm going to go politically, because there's really no point in choosing right or left. Just choose God. It's that simple. It's that easy. And he will lead you down the path that's best for you. And as long as you let him lead your life, you will make all the right decisions. Now, that doesn't mean, like I said, you're going to have a perfect life. Not at all. God does not promise a perfect life until we get to heaven. So, just remember, God is in control. And even though some things may not go according to your plan, just know they're all going according to God's plan, as long as you are living for him and you can give your life to him. Because whenever we try to live on our own and by our own means, and we do not do good as a human race. We really do not. So there is one more thing I want to show you guys before we leave, before I end this. Thank you guys for watching and hearing me ramble on about random things. Like I said, if you have any questions, go ahead and comment them down below. I'll do my best to answer them. And then give me 1 second. In my last welting video, you guys saw me welt, I think it was this one, these boots. It was either this one or this one, I can't remember, but I just finished doing a video on these guys with this out of the way, which these turned out beautiful. So I'll be posting that here soon. I'm gonna post this tonight. Welting Wednesday, but on a Thursday. So if you guys want to subscribe and stay tuned, these were a cool video. They had some they had some mini lugs that were kind of disintegrating. So we had to take them apart, put them back together. We did the Vibram heavy duty lugs. I'm gonna put these off so I can show you. But there you go. Now I gotta let these sit overnight. I'll be ready for the new soles. Y'all have a good day, a good night, and God bless you.